Players make mistakes. After watching this video, you'll be able to avoid common mistakes when starting off in Schedule 1. This guide will be relatively spoiler-free, so you can learn from this video even if you've never played before. Mistake number 1 is making an ugly character. As of right now, there is no way to customize your character after it's created, so take your time and decide on a look that you're willing to stick with. Once you're in game, you can change the hairstyle and hair color, or get different clothes. However, the weight and size of your character, eyes, eyebrows, and everything else can't be adjusted. I'm sure down the road they're gonna add a feature for this, but as of right now, you're stuck with what you got. If you do end up regretting your character, the only way to fix it is to delete all of your save files, losing your progress when doing that and having to restart the game. Mistake number 2 is not knowing that you can keep the free gear that you start with. In the introduction of the game, you're given an RV. This RV, however, is not permanent, so before you even begin the first quest when you get to Hyland Point, you'll want to take all of this equipment with you. Wait just a moment for the plants to grow and then harvest them. You can take all the equipment by holding the right click button. Really though, you've got to grab them in the very beginning before you ever step foot outside that RV. These kits are special because they have the ability to grow 50% more product than the grow kits that you can buy in the beginning of the game, so you definitely want to be taking these with you. Mistake number 3 is skimping out on seeds. Once you get settled in and need to place your first order, I would purchase as many as possible. Getting seeds delivered takes time, and you don't need to pay for that cost up front, so I would just order 9 or 10 if you can. And when you're packaging your product, something you can try is holding right click instead of left. This widens the range for grabbing items, but also weakens the grasp a little bit. This makes it very easy to pick up nugs, but you just need to move a little slower or else it'll fall. This tip also needs to be known once you unlock the mixing station. I think I need to look at the whole screen more often because I didn't know that I could just right click and grab a bunch of items. Just be careful though not to knock anything off the side of the table. If you do, just hit escape and then go back to the mixing station. All of those items will appear again. There's a website where you can find the best mixes for any substance in the game. It's very easy and even a little fun to use, so I recommend trying it before going crazy with mixes in game, as they can crowd up your user interface. I'll leave it linked in the description, and you can also find the most popular mixes on there to get started. You should also know that the names of mixes in game are randomly generated, so don't worry if you can't seem to match the Afghan horse seed thunderfuck that someone else made. As long as the ingredients are the same, the product will match up with just a different name to it. Mistake number 4 is not making use of the free baseball bat sitting in the basketball court. You can use this bat to swing at either vending machines or ATMs to spit money out of them. The vending machines give less, but ATMs are actually pretty decent early on, earning about $50 per machine. If you do whack the machines, I believe that makes them unavailable for about a day, so don't worry, you can just access the ATM tomorrow. If the police see you doing this, they are gonna try and arrest you. But right now they're not very threatening, so just run. Another way to make a little bit of cash while waiting on your plants to grow is by buying a trash grabber from Dan's Hardware. These only cost $20 and have more uses than just one. You can pick up trash from the street and place it in these bins. This will net you a small amount of extra money. Mistake number 5 that players make is picking up trash in their room one piece at a time.
Oh brother, this guy stinks!
Early on, you might pick items up and place them in the trash one by one, but there is a better way to do it. I like to take the trash grabber and move all of the trash into one corner. Now, if you take a trash bag, you can see this little circle radius and that picks up everything in one swoop. And you can even take these to those cash return bins, and early on, it can provide a little extra money. And quick tip, if you're ever shopping and realize your inventory's full, don't worry. The items that you can't carry will be placed on the pallets right outside. This does explain itself in the menu, but I also missed that too, so just in case you do as well, there you go, they're right out front, don't worry, they're not gone forever. If you didn't know, the clock automatically stops at 4 AM. If you have work to do, you can work throughout the night before starting the next day, and the next day will never start until you're ready. You can either schedule all of your meetings for the morning and prepare everything at night, or even better, schedule all of your meetings as late as possible. Customers will never expire since the clock stops, and you even get a curfew bonus for selling late at night. That leads us into mistake number 6, which is being afraid of the dark. At first, you may hear the siren and be afraid to walk around during curfew, but where the game stands right now, it's very easy to get around at night. Like I said earlier, the police are not a very big issue, so don't be afraid to go out and do what you need to do past curfew. And another quick tip, sometimes you're able to complete deals early. If you see your customer waiting in the correct spot, but it still isn't time for your meeting, you can try going up and selling to them. If it's an hour or two before the scheduled meet, it's likely gonna work. Also, don't be afraid to negotiate. Look at the fair price, and if it's not too high above, feel free to try and get a little bit more money out of the deal. It works pretty often. If the price is already very high, it will have a lower chance of working. Mistake number 7 is hand counting the money to pay back the suppliers. When you order seeds, the cost goes onto a bill that you're gonna pay later. When you go to pay this, you just need to place enough money in the drawer to cover the cost. The supplier will leave all the extra change in the drop box. So just go ahead and put more than enough money in and you'll get all the extra money back. That being said, something that I like to do is just leave a stack of money in there. You can prepay for orders by leaving cash in the drop box. Here you can see that when I order seeds, it's immediately paid for. Now I just need to wait for the dead drop and then I can order again whenever I need seeds without having to go and pay for the ones that I've already ordered. I looked through some of the questions that people are asking in the Schedule 1 Discord, so I'm going to answer some of the ones that I found. If you need to deposit more than $10,000 a week, you need to purchase a business from Raise Realty. All of the businesses allow you to launder more cash. Also, if you give dealers product, it doesn't need to be listed for sale in the app for them to sell it. They're going to sell anything you give them. If you have any questions that need answered, head over to the Schedule 1 Discord. I'll link it down in the description. They have this questions channel where you can ask anything you need. However, if you go to the top right where it says search, you can just type in part of your question and see if it's been asked before. It probably has. Just by typing in curfew bonus, I can see all of the times that people mentioned it. So now, you're fully prepared to start a new save in Schedule 1. Check out my other Schedule 1 content right here, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.